What's up, y'all? It's Siren, the Big Bang Boom. Back with some information. Peace to the ones out there that's doing their spiritual work. Know who they are. Um, yeah. Um, Today I'm gonna be talking a little bit about the spirit, right? Um, we know they make a lot of scary movies, right? They make a lot of scary movies trying to predict, right, ghosts as being these entities that walk around looking to manifest themselves into another body so they can scare the hell out of motherfuckers, right? A lot of that shit is not true, right? Because they also try to predict a priest, somebody from the Catholic Church, as being the only person that can dethrone the ghost, the spirit, which that's not true. Because if you understand the science of the spirit, you can't kill a spirit. You can't dethrone a spirit. A spirit will always live on. You can kill the body. The body can die, but you can't kill a spirit. Right? And this is the lies, right, that we believe when we talking about us as spiritual beings. Right, so like I talked about before, and like others have talked about before, you got your root chakra. Your root chakra is dealing with earth as well, just as much as the heart is dealing with earth, because heart is earth spelled backwards, right? Um, so you have to realize how you are connected to everything from a spiritual aspect and from a physical aspect. Okay, like I just said about your root chakra. Your root chakra is dealing with earth, right? The reason why your root chakra is the color red is because the red resembles the blood, right? So if you have the blood right, or you have the same bloodline as Isis, the queen of heaven and earth, the mother of all mothers, then that ties you here to earth, right? So that gives you the opportunity to walk the four corners of the square, right? Which would be in the earth, right? So if you have the bloodline, that means you from earth. So that's what the root chakra is representing, and that's why it's the color red, because it's representing your blood ties to earth, right? Okay, so in senses of the spirit is representing you being a being that exists beyond the physical realm. Right, so this is why when we talk about as above, so below in alchemy, below would be the physical plane. Right, so we talk about the blood ties to earth. That's the physical plane. Right, as above is you existing beyond the physical plane. So you just a spirit, you just energy. Right, and this is what a lot of people may not understand when you talk about who you are as a person. You are not the body. Now, I just explained the body, but you are not the body, though. That's just a physical image of you. But who you are is way more than that vessel. You're way more than that. And you have to understand that. This is why, if you, like I said, you got to read alchemy. You have to study alchemy. Because in alchemy, they have something called life and death. So death would be below, life would be above. So death being below is the physical body staying tied to earth. Above would be you ascending from the physical body, right? Ascending into higher realms, higher consciousness, right? So that's you realizing that you are more than the physical frame, the physical body, That's what all that shit means. Right? So this is when you understand the air element, earth element, fire element. Fire above, air is above. So that's you ascending. Earth, water, right? So that's you. That's below. That's the physical frame. So you balancing off the two, or you balancing off the energies that align to make you who you are, right? So the spirit is what ties you to the ethers, because the ethers, right, is a spiritual realm. It's made of spiritual beings, right? When you look into the universe, into the cosmetic realm, when you see that light, those sparkles of light, that's a reflection of your spirit. That's you. So when you're looking into the universe, you're looking into yourself. That's who you are. You don't see no physical body in the universe. You don't see that. All you see is light and darkness. That's all you see. Right? So this is how you know that you exist beyond this physical vessel. Right? But they use the spell, right? Like Rod Hayes talked about how, and Young Elder too. Shout out to Young Elder. They tell you about how they use magic to keep us tied to our physical bodies. This is why they give you TV, the television, telling lies to your vision. They make scary movies, making you think that there's ghosts and shit, and motherfuckers go around fucking with people, and all that shit don't exist. And then they make you think that only the church can be the only motherfuckers that can get rid of the spirit, the demonic. That can't happen. You can't get rid of no spirit. That can never happen. The only thing you can do, you can tell the spirit to leave you alone, right? Do a meditation, because certain spirits may want to come talk to you because your energy may align with their energy. So they just want to come tell you something. It ain't that they trying to terrorize you or scare you. It's just that they want to tell you something. Right? But the movies, they make it like, oh, that's scary shit. Oh, they trying to kill. It ain't nothing like that. And it's never been like that. Any ancestor, if an ancestor is coming back or if an ancestor is a spirit and they down here trying to fuck with people, that ain't your ancestor. That's some bullshit. Right? That's some shit that shouldn't be here. Right? Because you had a couple years ago, people was talking about spiritual walk-ins and all that shit. I don't know what the fuck a spiritual walk-in is, because what spirit is just walking into another motherfucking vessel without their own permission? You have to give a spirit permission to walk into your vessel. That's what you do when you calling on the ancestors. When you calling on the ancestors to give you guidance and protection, you have to allow yourself to be surrounded with the ancestral energy. They can't just walk into your into your energy field. You have to allow them to walk into your energy field. See what I'm saying? So with TV is showcasing is some bullshit. Right? But in these scary movies, they also show you the power of the spirit. Because what is the spirit? The spirit is light. And what does light do? Light shines. Right? So a spirit is looking for a chance to shine again. Right? So passing the message around, right, is that spirit getting a chance to shine once again. So when you passing the messages around, they shining. Right? They light still shining. Once they stop having information for you to give off to certain people that they know, that's when they light stop shining. Right? And that's when they can fully cross over, right, and get out of this physical realm. Right? Because you have some spirits that may not have crossed over because they didn't get a chance to say what they were supposed to say to a loved one. So that's what I'm saying. They looking for a chance to get their message across. And if they feel they got their message across to the right person, after delivering the message, then that's when they go on about their day, right? But that's the only thing that's happening when we talk about spirits, because I have psychic abilities as well, right? I'm basically damn near, I'm basically like a psychic, right? So I've had a spirit come and talk to me and deliver information to me that they wanted me to tell somebody, right? It wasn't the sense of they was trying to terrorize me or scare me. It's just they wanted some information to be passed down to someone. You may not even know who the person is that you saying something to, but the spirit just wants you to say it, just so the information and the message get across. That's just all it is, right? But the TV, they make it like it's just some scary shit, and like it's some shit that's gonna make you die and all that other shit. It ain't got nothing to do with that. It has nothing to do with that shit, right? Like, cause even voodoo is not meant to scare people. Now, voodoo can scare you. You can use voodoo to scare a motherfucker, but voodoo is not meant to be scary. Voodoo is meant to balance energies and shit. That's what voodoo meant for. It's not meant to scare a motherfucker. You waking up in a bed full of snakes and shit. It's not designed for that. But TV will make it like, oh nigga, that's what it's meant for. But that's not what it's meant for. Right? So you can say that the scary movies is them using voodoo on you. Right? They trying to scare you away from your own shit. Right? So they trying to say that your spirit is the evil one. Right? You should never contact your spirit. Or you should never listen to what your spirit is telling you. See, that's all the spell they using on you. You see what I'm saying? See, that's the trickery, the mind trickery they use. You see what I'm saying? And a lot of shit that they showcase in these movies, a lot of that is bullshit. It's all foolery. Right? They lying to you. They telling you a lie. You see what I'm saying? So you have to understand that. Because the spirit is a powerful element to who you are. It's a powerful element. You just have to understand what type of spirit you are and what type of spiritual format that you possess in this realm, in this lifetime. Right? You may be a spirit that possesses a lot of intelligence. You may be a spirit that possesses a lot of wisdom. You may be a spirit that possesses a lot of honesty. Right? You may possess a lot of different things in this realm. You see what I'm saying? As far to your spirit, how your spirit is. So you have to make contact with the spirit, learn your spirit, and connect back with who you are so you can understand what you are designed to do. Some of us, I think I talked about this before, but I'm a reminisce it, right? Some of us, we design our lives to be the way it is so that we can learn from it, right? What's a negative as opposed to a positive? What's the difference between a negative and a positive? Right? The difference is that you using the energy to lower the frequency of someone else, right? And then the positive energy, you trying to raise the frequency, right? So a negative energy, you using it to lower the frequency of someone, Right, but not only are you lowering the frequency of someone else, you also lowering your own frequency. Because the words that you say to others, you saying it onto yourself because it's coming out of your mouth. Right? So if you say fuck that bitch ass nigga, you saying that to yourself. So you lowering your frequency just as much as you trying to lower theirs. Right? Then if you saying, oh, peace God, or I say, or I love you God, you saying that shit, you raising your frequency just like you raising theirs by saying that. So if you think about it, there's really no difference between a low frequency and a high frequency. Right? It's just all determined off of your perception and how you use it. Because some people can say things that may sound negative to others, but they're not using it in a negative way. Right? That's just the way they conversate with others. You know, certain people in the hood conversate different. Some people in the hood may call you a bitch ass nigga, but they don't mean that you a bitch ass nigga. That's just how they conversate with you. You know what I'm saying? So, you may design your life to where you want to see the tricks, right? You want to see the codes. You want to see the gems and different perceptions of life. So you may pitch yourself around negative people to see the knowledge in them. And then you may find a way to transform their shit into some positive shit through you enlightening yourself. Right? Or you may tend to pitch yourself around people that don't know nothing about themselves, and you may come into their existence knowing all the shit you need to know, then you may enlighten them. Right? It's all as opposed to how your spirit is. How your spirit is how your life gonna be like. Right? So you designing all that. That's what Rod Hayes told you. And it's a fact. You design that. And it makes sense. This is why when your life is going bad and you feel like shit just hitting the fan and shit just getting worse, stop and think. Why is this happening? Why does everything seem like it's happening at a certain time that don't make sense? It's because you govern the whole situation. You just don't know it. All this shit is here to test you and make you become your best self. And you set all this shit up. Once you find out what you need to find out and what you need to learn from the situation, that's when everything gonna start making sense to you. Right? But until you find out what you need to find out, shit just gonna, run its course until you figure it all out. Right? Because for me, and my philosophy in life as a man, I feel like no man should be comfortable. I don't want to be comfortable. Right? I want to be uncomfortable. I want to make myself as uncomfortable as I possibly can. Right? Because if I'm comfortable, then that means the struggles of life, as far as the struggles of our people, won't matter to me. Right? That's why you got a lot of these clown motherfuckers with all this money. They don't give a fuck about what's happening in the real world of our people. They don't know that kids is getting trafficked. They don't know that women is being raped. They don't know about that shit. And they probably don't give a fuck because they got money. So they don't care about real life shit because they got everything they could possibly want. Right? They out here chasing, bitches and shit. Chasing bras that don't give a fuck about them. That's what they into. You know what I'm saying? They don't care about real life shit. So to me, they comfortable to me. That's what being comfortable looks like. Right? But as a man, you have to learn how to be uncomfortable. Make yourself as uncomfortable as possible. Always live on edge. Right? Because there's always something that you missing. There's always some knowledge that's being missed. You know what I'm saying? So I don't mind struggling. I don't mind going through the hard shit. I don't mind that. I love it. I embrace it. I appreciate it. Because I know it's making me better and it's challenging me to become my best self. I don't knock it. Right? But that's just how my spirit is. And I designed my life to be the way it is for myself to be challenged so I can understand how to become better. That's all it is. Right? So we talk about peer pressure, being gaslighted. Somebody trying to pressure you into doing something that you don't want to do. You gonna have to stand up on your two and be like, I'm not doing that shit. But it's gonna have to take you to do that. Because if you don't do that, then people gonna try to control you. But if you say, nah, I ain't going for that, I'ma stand on my own too, then can't nobody control you because they know you standing on your own too. Right? So it's all opposed, right, to your spirit and how you is and how you carry yourself that matters. That's how all this shit work. Right? So I'm just explaining the spirit and how you are, right? And what you are designed to be, right? So you can understand more about yourself. The spirit is the most powerful part of you. Once you understand your spirit and the power of your spirit, you're going to understand who you are as a whole. Why you are the way you are, why you feel the way you feel, why you carry yourself the way you carry yourself. All that shit gonna start to align and make sense. Right? Once you learn your spirit. Right? You gonna get to a point like, look how I look. I look fucked up right now. You know, because I'm dealing with a cold right now. I got a cold going on. I'm sick. I don't give a fuck about how I look. I don't care about how a motherfucker may view me. I don't give a fuck. You could kiss my ass 1,000 times. Right? I don't care. I don't care what people think of me. I don't give a fuck. I'm not the regular motherfucker walking. You know what I'm saying? One thing you ain't gonna never be able to tell me is that I'm a human and that I'm normal. One thing you ain't gonna never tell me. I don't give no fuck. You know what I'm saying? So, you when you coming into the essence and who you are as a spiritual being, these is things you gonna start to learn and come accustomed to when you dealing with the spirit, right? So when you talk about I am everything and everything is me, I am a powerful soul and I am a powerful spirit, right? I am a powerful soul and I'm a powerful spirit. You have to also learn what the soul is. The soul is that fire in you, right? Because you understand the solar plexus, the solar system. All the planets operate around the solar system, right? And certain energies align with the sun. And what happens is when a certain planet energy aligns with the sun, that energy sends signals back onto the planet, right? So this is when we get our, I forgot what they call it. I'm gonna just say a DNA upgrade, right? So we getting a DNA upgrade from a certain planet aligning with the sun, right? And the sun sending signals back onto the earth, back onto the planet, right? So that's a cosmic shift, right? From the ethers onto earth, right? So you understand your soul is that glob of fire in you. It's the courage, it's the willpower, it's the power of will, right? You have to maximize who you are as a soul as well as you are as a spirit. Because the soul and the spirit is not necessarily the same thing, but it has similarities because the fire is also made of light, right? So you understanding the two, that you are a soul, you are fire, you are willpower, you are the sun, right? And you also are light, right? So you are the two, right? Manifested into one, right? And once you put the two together and understand how to align the two together, this is when you become your full self, your full spiritual self. You become all and all becomes you, right? Because when you look at the sun, it's a big ass circle, right? But it's a line right through a field, right? So it's a circle, but it's an energetic field made of light, right? Made of that, like I just said, made of that light, made of that spirit, right? And the sun. So it's made of the two manifesting into one. So this is why you have to maximize the two to become one within yourself, right? So, yeah. Um, but back to what I was saying about you as a spiritual being. Um, like I said, you just have to know, pay attention, and realize what you are and what you possess to be. You have to know this. You are more than what you think. You are more than what society tells you you are. You are way more. Right? We always think it's weird when motherfuckers start saying they God and all this shit. We call people weird. Oh, that nigga's a weirdo. Right? We'll call you a weirdo, but nah. The only thing weird is thinking that you just a regular motherfucker walking the planet. That's the only thing that's weird. The most normal shit is to know yourself and to honor yourself and to appreciate yourself for who you are. Right? Because one thing you don't never do, they'll never allow somebody to make you feel like what you are is a problem. What you are is not a problem. That's who you are meant to be. Right? But people see that you are a different person and they see greatness in you and they don't want you to achieve that and unlock that ability. So they want to keep you at a lower frequency, right? At the physical state, so you could just think you just another motherfucker walking, but you ain't just no another motherfucker walking. You more than that. You see what I'm saying? And you have to believe that. Because it may be hard to believe in the beginning stages of your life, and it's supposed to be like that. It's supposed to be hard to believe, right? That's the challenge. Like I said, your spirit, right, challenging you and all that shit. It's supposed to be like that, but it's gonna come a day where you're gonna start realizing, like, man, why I used to do that? Why I used to do that? Why was I like that? Right? Then all that's gonna start to wrap itself around and make a bit of sense in your head, a bit of sense in your cranium. Then it's where you're gonna realize what you are. Right? Because me, I already know who I am. I know what what I represent on this planet. I already know me. So I'm saying it took me a while to understand what I was, but I eventually figured it out. So now nothing comes as a surprise by me knowing what I know and having the information that I have because I know who I am. You know. And that's just what it is. But yeah. It's just was some quick little information. Once I heal up and feel a little bit better, I might have some more information dropping on some other things that I wanted to talk about. So, yeah, that being said, this is Silent, the Big Bamboo, and I'm out. Peace, y'all. Be safe out there. Y'all take care.